Dear fathers and brothers in Christ Jesus, the Gospel today as the only parable and found all three synoptic Gospels. However, it is at the key juncture and is used to invite us to listen, and he who has ears to hear, let him hear. For this is the first of three extended teaching of Jesus recorded in Mark. This parable is the first of three that describe the kingdom. The point of the parable is not about the seed, but the four types of the soils. Each represents an attitude of the people. It is only the disciples that Jesus taught privately, explaining the parables to them. They are called to beware of three obstacles to the word taking root in their lives: Satan, persecution, and riches. The first three soils must not be misunderstood as representing unbelievers, for the explanation is given to the disciples. Thus, a disciple must be wary of these temptations that can derail his following of Jesus. In Mark chapter 4 verse 5 says, "Seed fell on rocky ground where it did not have much soil. The hard-hearted disciples allows Satan the morad the word from his heart." In Mark chapter 4 verse 4 says, "Seed fell along the path and the birds came and drove it." The swallow-hearted one is a phony disciples. In Mark chapter 4 verse 7 says, "Seed fell among the thorns, and the thorns grew up and choked it." The crowded heart is a distracted disciples. The true disciples is like the fourth soil, open and ready to accept the word and its consequences. We must remember that Mark wrote to a persecuted community, and thus the disciple who is faithful would always bear the harvest 30, 60, and 100 folds. The variance of the harvest is not based on the disciples' capacity, rather the cutting short of their lives through persecution. Even so, at a time when a ninefold harvest was considered a bumper crop, even the disciple whose life is cut short early on by martyrdom still bears 30 folds. So, dear brothers, let us put our heart and soul into the work of God. That is our vocation. Let us think, how do we take up our call, compare these seeds into our life. Let us compare our weakness, hurdles, persecution. How do we accept it happily and make it as the strength to walk further in our call? Let us accept our weakness, persecution for the greater glory of God.